This podcast is sponsored by Talkspace. You know when you're really stressed or not feeling so great about your life or about yourself? Talking to someone who understands can really help. But who is that person? How do you find them? Where do you even start? Talkspace. Talkspace makes it easy to get the support you need. With Talkspace, you can go online, answer a few questions about your preferences, and be matched with a therapist. And because you'll meet your therapist online, you don't have to take time off work or arrange childcare. You'll meet on your schedule, wherever you feel most at ease. If you're depressed, stressed, struggling with a relationship, or if you want some counseling for you and your partner, or just need a little extra one-on-one support, Talkspace is here for you. Plus, Talkspace works with most major insurers, and most insured members have a $0 copay. No insurance? No problem. Now get $80 off of your first month with promo code SPACE80 when you go to Talkspace.com. Match with a licensed therapist today at Talkspace.com. Save $80 with code SPACE80 at Talkspace.com.
Work that we're doing here is not going to stop when it comes to these type of discussions. It's going to be for us and by us here on this platform when the media is telling us to look the other way. Your support is what helps us move forward. Join patreon.com/like it or not. Help us grow.
Like It or Not starts now.
Good morning, good morning, good morning.
Good morning and welcome to Like It or Not, where we're free to tell the truth in 2025.
And not care who doesn't like it.
Come on, sister.
Okay. All right. Now, it's crazy because, when the music isn't there, it was kind of different for me for that intro. So, but
It was.
we'll get used to it. I like when it says my name. So we'll figure it out. But good morning, everybody, and happy
This is the first show of the new year?
Yes.
Oh, is it? Oh my, it is, isn't it? Happy New Year, y'all. Jesus.
Happy New Year, folks.
Happy New Year, everybody. Now, I know that we haven't gotten a chance to talk. So tell me how you guys' New Year and the first 18 days of 2025 has been for you.
Year's over.
You want me to go? I'll start.
Yeah, go ahead.
It's been actually fairly well. I've started a new journey, let's say, to get this health under control. So I started on Tuesday, I think it was, and the transformation is incoming. That's all I say. So be prepared.
All right.
Yeah, so do you want to give a little bit of detail, a little bit about what you said, it's a health journey change? And I don't want you to go into detail if this is personal for you, the Lord, in your journey. But what exactly are you doing that started on Tuesday? Are you fasting, or if it's personal? I may just be being nosy because I haven't heard from y'all in a minute.
In a minute, right?
She's been on that other show.
Hello, Ben. Like, forgot all about us, but you know what? I'm not gonna go there. But
I've been waiting to be petty
for many weeks now.
That's all right. Go ahead.
But it's a weight loss journey. So I DJ'd for a wellness clinic last year, and I actually DJ'd one day. Then they called me back and say, "Hey, can you DJ the next day in Sewanee for us again?" I'm like, sure, why not? So they liked me so much, they gave me a free 3-month program to get my health under control and lose some of this weight.
God is good.
So, and I started on Tuesday. I said, I'm not going to start last year because I had Thanksgiving, Christmas, and my birthday, and I was going out of town to Disney World.
Real.
Yeah, I was being real. So I started Tuesday, and honestly, y'all, it's actually been going very, very, very well. I'll say that. Very, very good. And shout out to Q for being there to support me, and he went along and then told the lady all my business of what I haven't been doing right. So yeah, shout out to Q.
How I just forced you to tell us just now.
Pretty
much. Because your story, here's the thing, your story can definitely be motivation, encouragement to someone else. I was thinking about this for myself, where I was like, you know what? Where's my beloved Benjamin P. Dixon? You better come back over here and tell your testimony for 2025. But no, I was thinking about this for myself real quick. Like, I was going through social media, and there's a lot going on right now, which we're going to get to when it comes to social media and TikTok and all the things. But I was thinking, like, you know what? You got to go back into the season where you're planting. And it's like, you know what? Whether it's one person who sees this, that's the only way that you're going to be able to do it or start it, or to do it is to start it. That's and whether it's going to be somebody who hears it or sees it or whatever, somebody may be like, you know what? let me go ahead and start with Bubba this week. And maybe, we can be virtual accountability partners or whatever the case.
Right.
Like, you don't know what that may lead to, a community for you, however, but somebody needs to hear what you just said just now. To get them started on their journey. So yeah, I'm glad that you were able to give us a little bit more about that, because that's beautiful. And I hope that journey lead you to where you want to go or beyond your goals, and then you sustain that, because with consistency you'll sustain that. So I pray that for you,
Rebecca. I appreciate
no
that. I missed y'all.
No, seriously.
No, dead ass.
Really I missed you guys too. Now, Benjamin P. Dixon, how was you? I mean, I know you say I was on other people's shows, but you've been on the internet.
No, you're not on.
You've been doing your thing, sir.
You're not on other people's show. You on your own show.
I am. I've been on my own. I haven't done my own episode just yet, but I for the last 2 weeks I've been vibing and doing my mood boards, as the kids call it. Planning out how I'm gonna do it. And so, I got a couple of things coming. But this week I said I gotta get back on my show. I gotta get back with the fam. And so I wanted to do that, because I know you guys probably have seen me on Olay and Friends. And you seen me on the Leftist Mafia this week. That was my first day back this year. And I said, I can't wait to get back home.
Right.
No matter how far I may go, I'm always coming home. I'm always coming home. So Ben, but tell us how your 2025 started.
It is I don't know, it's another year. It's just a grind, just doing what we got to do. That's it. Nothing. I mean, the way I was grinding at the end of 2025 is 2024 is the same way I'm grinding right now. Miss you guys though. Glad to be back one Saturday morning. Not the same without y'all, So
one Saturday morning. Then I've been seeing you. I know you just really casually just say, it's the same old, same old. It's really not.
Yeah,
it's really not. I've been seeing your presence online it's hard to miss. And so so seeing you and doing your videos, it's funny because I'm like, every time I click on something about anything TYT, after I done said I ain't talking about it no more, it's Ben. It's Ben right there talking about TYT. I click on anything, Ben is the first picture. Ben is I've
been noticing people been using my pictures in their videos a lot. I'm like, well, what? That's weird.
They're using your content because it's the go-to. It's the go-to right now. Yeah. You're the reference, and so I'm like, Ben, let the people go. And then I'm watching. I'm like, did they say that?
Okay.
Oh my God.
They did. Rebecca. I'm sorry. Go ahead. I was just looking at Rebecca's mug. Hold your mug up again.
Oh, this is that mug. Somebody gave this to me.
Rebecca, that is literally the mug. That same mug that I have for you.
Give it to me. Give it to me. I need 2 of them. I can't get enough.
That is literally that mug. Literally that mug.
Give it to me. Send it to me. You want my address?
Yeah, please, because I still got y'all ornaments too.
Yeah,
those are 3-4 Christmases.
Those ornaments are like 3 Christmases ago.
5.
Oh man,
I think that's 5 years.
I think it was 5. It was. I think it's 5, y'all, because we did. It was in 2020.
It was in 2020.
Alicia sent it in 2020.
We just all been moving and doing all kind of. We haven't been in the same place in the last 5 years.
Bubba ain't sent them. We got to start saying what it is. Bubba didn't.
Accountability, right? I didn't send them. Y'all. I'm sorry.
And
that's but he will send them on this year. We not. And I want the mug. I want it.
I'm put a whole box together. I promise. I'm sorry.
As I was saying, Ben, brother, I've been look, because that's how Ben calls his the people that he be online with, brother. No, seriously. So I've been seeing all of this stuff go on. And we talked about it on Thursday on Leftist Mafia, and I just wanted to point out the outrage of the conversation about asparagus with the people over at TYT. And they had a video of her. She said that this is why I'm bringing this up, and I want to dead it there for me. But she made this a whole thing online, and then tried to come after your blackness and pit it against the other brother on the TYT network, because and then she threw in there, you're basically being racist by not pronouncing her last name correctly. And this is the host from TYT, and the one that's like literally gone crazy, but then has a whole video of them purposely mispronouncing her name as Raspberrian.
Raspberrian, yeah.
And she was like, you like, how about you don't say my Armenian? Like, why are you not saying my Armenian last name? Right? You saying this to a black man is crazy business,
bro.
Now, because she functions in whiteness, that's why I say that. And to choose, like, we can't take this off. We can't take our blackness off, no matter how much we try to bleach it in the Caribbean. I'm Caribbean, I can make that joke. Your hands will still tell, the knuckles will still tell, but like, no matter how much you try to bleach it, change your nose, change all that, we can't change it. But you literally can get on there. And I said this, no matter how much eyeliner you try to use, no matter how deep you try to make that wing, whiteness is, you function in whiteness. You have benefited from whiteness. And for you to try to say how people should pronounce your last name, and if they don't, they're being racist. Wow. It's crazy, because on that show, so many clips of you in real time from the past to today. And at one point, I literally thought that this person was a cool person, especially when we invited her onto the show.
Yeah, she on the show,
yeah. But just using that moment to pit two black people against each other, and it was very telling. And I'm so sick of it. And using that as an example, it's her last name as an example for this whole issue, when she let people play with her last name, of course at the show as a joke, but that's how I know it's not a real issue to her. They're looking for real issues, and it's not going to be over here. Anywho, I do love the work that you're doing. I see what you're doing. I see that you are growing in your church, your online congregation. I've been seeing that. And I'm happy for you on that. I actually am going to do a video separate, which I actually thought you would do, but I'm going to do a video separate about the pastor who shamed the young woman who had gotten pregnant in the church.
My wife did a video on it. I don't know if she, I think she may have changed it. The reason I didn't do it because my wife was doing one.
Oh, good.
At the last minute because she didn't. But she did it, and that's a crazy story.
Yeah, it is.
And I'm actually gonna do a video on it, but I didn't want that to be my first video out of 2025. But just to have a conversation about that. But I would have loved to get your insight on it as a pastor, and somebody who's not only, I know you're in the online space now, but who was inside of the church. But we're gonna put a pin in that.
Yeah.
But that's pretty much it for me. I didn't say about my 2025 real quick because we got to get into the news. There's so much, because Jesus Christ on that cross on the hill. My God, who was black with kinky hair. I just know that 2025 came in strong. Did it come in bad? For some, absolutely.
Yeah.
Did it come in strong? 100%. I don't want people who are experiencing what they're seeing online and stuff like that that may not be your year, right? So don't take that on. I just wanted to put that in there. Don't take all of that on. Sometimes if you have to separate to enjoy good things that may have happened for you, please do that. Please do not allow what's happening in the world to deter you from celebrating yourself if good things are happening to your life. But other than that, my 2025 has started very, very nice and smooth. How did I come in with the year? I was home. I came in with prayer and reverence.
Amen.
But I usually do this whole thing where I make it like I romanticize my life a lot. So if I'm going through hell the day before January 1st, I like to make it like, you know what? Once the clock strikes midnight and I wake up, it's going to be like Cinderella at the ball.
Oh,
it's going to be like the energy, all of that. It's actually yours, Ben, but the energy, all of that.
Yeah.
The energy, all of that is going to change. And this year I said, I'm not doing that. I'm actually going to be, the word of my year is expectations. I'm actually just not gonna literally just be like, okay, God, what's it gonna be? What's it gonna be? I said, no, I'm already gonna put that in, expect God to do it, and I'm just gonna follow. I'm just gonna really walk that. So I said, that's the word of my year. And the Bible verse that I had last year on my fridge, I said it for 1 year. The Bible verse that I had was the Philippians 4:8. And that's the one basically to focus on what is true, what is noble. And that means stop making stuff up in my mind and making that true. Because focusing on what is true, right? Anxiety can make us think that this ain't what it is, like, or this is what it is, and you believe it, right? Like in the movie, right? I'm like, anxiety could really make you. There we go. Anxiety, crystal clear. Yeah, like we're using the dishwasher with the good dishwasher soap, man. But anxiety could literally make us feel like it is. No, but I'm looking at them online right now. Sorry, y'all, and it's not that bad.
I'm seeing it now. Like I'm looking like I'm in 1984.
Like you digitized.
Yeah. Sorry, but no, but anxiety can make us really stress out about a lot of different things. And I said, you know what? I'm gonna focus on what is true. The truth is I'm living, right? Yeah. Truth is I'm tired. No, truth is I'm living. Truth is that I gotta, even though things are happening, I still got a roof over my head. I got lights. I got food at the house. You know, I don't gotta be at the restaurant every day, but I got food at the house. Truth is I have opportunity that a lot of people would.
This podcast is sponsored by Talkspace. You know when you're really stressed or not feeling so great about your life or about yourself? Talking to someone who understands can really help. But who is that person? How do you find them? Where do you even start? Talkspace. Talkspace makes it easy to get the support you need. With Talkspace, you can go online, answer a few questions about your preferences, and be matched with a therapist. And because you'll meet your therapist online, you don't have to take time off work or arrange childcare. You'll meet on your schedule, wherever you feel most at ease. If you're depressed, stressed, struggling with a relationship, or if you want some counseling for you and your partner, or just need a little extra one-on-one support, Talkspace is here for you. Plus, Talkspace works with most major insurers, and most insured members have a $0 copay. No insurance? No problem. Now get $80 off of your first month with promo code SPACE80 when you go to Talkspace.com. Match with a licensed therapist today at Talkspace.com. Save $80 with code SPACE80 at Talkspace.com.
Even though we ain't seeing $1 yet, but I have opportunity that a lot of people would love to be in. I have people who respect me for what I do. And it's not about having those people, but I love that I'm in a place where I have the support in the virtual world in that way. So shout out to all of you guys. You guys have motivated me to keep it up and to stay in it. And so that's been it for me. Seeing the things online regarding the fires have been very wrenching. Seeing what happened in New Orleans, people aren't even talking about that. That was the New Year's, and there's a lot of other things that happen in South Carolina, these climate change occurrences. Seeing what happened is what's going to happen in the White House. It's a lot happening, and seeing what's about to happen with TikTok. It's a lot of things happening, but I had to pull myself back a little bit and remember, just like you, Bubba, I'm actually fasting.
Okay.
First week I failed at the fast. And I said, man, you know what? Just throw all of 2025 away. Throw it away. Throw it away. Then I remember.
We'll try it again in 2026.
Then I said to myself, we're not doing that. Right. Because your day, your year, your moment can change within literally 24 hours, less than 24 hours. 364 days of the year could have been hell. And that last day before that transition happened could be the greatest thing ever for you that changes your life, the course of your life. So I was like, nah, Rebecca. Also, I work out every single day. If not every single day, maybe 5 times a week, right? And I said, I want to do something where I am cleansing myself from the inside out. Because I've spent the whole last year building muscle, and I'm like, okay, now I want to break it down. I have an idea for myself, but I want to make sure. So with that, I'm doing 75 hard, soft. And I'm also being intentional about, outside of being in my word, applying it, studying the Bible. And so that's what I've been doing. And I was getting mad at myself for the first few days because I felt like I need to know how to do this stuff right now. Like I shouldn't be like, I need to know, because I'm fasting till 12 every day. I need to know how to do this stuff right now. And then Holy Spirit spoke to me and said, it like this, like, I mean, push my shoulder down, like, ma'am, calm down. And I was like, what is it? And it was basically like, hey, you're not going to go into this and just be different. You have to go through it to learn it. You may fail, but that doesn't mean that you're starting over. That fail could be a pause in that moment that helps you to keep going or whatever it is, but you're not going to go back. You got to move forward. That means you're still on your journey. Building the discipline, the consistency for something, not just doing it because, oh, I'm just going to do this, whatever. When you're actually building something with discipline and consistency to make it a habit, that is where it becomes the task, and it feels like you can't do it because your mind is telling you can't. But I am now going in past my first week of all of it, and I feel better. Have I been perfect at it? No. Have I made sure that every single day all of those tasks are done? It may not be done at the time I'm thinking that I should do it, but I make sure that I never end the day without doing it, because I am going to keep doing it until it is a habit within my life. And that includes the content creation. So y'all pray for me.
Amen.
Y'all pray for me.
Okay. Ben, you're green behind you. You know that?
He knows. And we can't hear you.
We can't hear you.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, perfect.
Now I'm gonna let the green. When I drop the green, I mean, when I bring up am I any clearer?
Yes, you are. Actually,
you're like James, like, not enough.
No, you're clear.
You're good. No, you're good.
Man, I got too many kids around here who driving. They all got switches and cell phones and everything that's on the Wi-Fi right now. So it's like it's
same. I know I look pixelated all the time. Just like, what's going on with this internet?
It's gonna have to be what it's gonna be. All right, here we are. Becca, still, I heard everything that you were saying though. So that's the right perspective, to not let yourself destroy your efforts because you're not where you want to be initially. So good on you for that. Good on you for that. Well, I mean, we all are here. It's the first day of the first new year for us. It's been so long.
It's been so long.
Before Christmas, right?
Yeah, no, I think it
was before New Year's.
Before, I don't think we were on for the holiday. Were we on for the holiday?
We did. I thought we did a show. I thought we did a show the Saturday after Christmas. We did a show.
Did we?
I thought we did.
Right. You might be right. You might be
right. Is he right? Well, maybe I didn't come on that one, but anywho, we're back.
He was on that too.
We're back. We're back.
I know the Saturday before Christmas for sure.
I'm just happy to see y'all. Y'all look beautiful.
Yeah, for real.
You look great, and we're good. Now, let's start. I want us to go right into it. Now, David, Happy New Year to you, my brother from another. I missed you too. I missed you too. But we're gonna go right into it. And for those of you who don't know who are new here, David is our producer. But I want to start with who all gonna be there, because I ain't coming, or you can't bring that energy into my household. In the White House. I say that because 2 Black women decided to do that. They decided to do that. Michelle Obama said she's not going to the inauguration. Okay, she ain't going. She said, I'm not coming. My husband can go. He was the president. I was floated, who was too strong, too manly, too angry Black woman. Like I was the one that had on the braid that y'all call carpet. Yeah, like that was me. Y'all came after my children. You attacked me every opportunity you got. You said something about my teeth, my cheeks, my eyes, my booty. I'm tired, and y'all not gonna see me. Kamala Harris, who lost the election in November, she said JD Vance can't come to my home. He's not coming for any inaugural activities at my home.
You're not welcome to Satan.
And people are upset about that online. Now, Donald Trump is one of the people who decided in 2020 that he wasn't going to celebrate Joe Biden and his transition into the White House. And a lot of people are saying, oh my God, how dare Michelle not show up? And I hate that so much. And then other people who are like, Kamala's so bitter she didn't win, and she's trying to use her powers to not do right. Okay, bipartisanship this is what it should look like. Everyone together. And that's what people were wanting. And those two Black women said no. No. And so I said it to say, the bar is always moving in politics. Right. And Donald Trump gets to do a whole insurrection, domestic terrorist attack at one of the highest buildings in America, in the world, at the Capitol. And he organized that through other little minions who work in high positions in politics in America. Not only politics, in a lot of different ways. And all they got was a slap on the wrist. So he didn't show up because he believed that he had won the presidency in 2020, and he did a whole domestic terrorist attack right here in this land. And so people are mad that Michelle Obama is saying she's not going to go to the inauguration to celebrate some man that she has time and time again said she ain't messing with. And so did Kamala Harris. Said, this is my last day and I'm not partying with no people like I'm not bringing them to my home. And that's okay. Now, Barack Obama at Jimmy Carter's funeral. If you have that clip, Mr. David, could you pull that up? Barack Obama speaking to, here's a picture of it, but if we can get a picture of Barack Obama speaking to Donald Trump at the funeral. Kamala Harris walks in, and it's a whole weird, all of the former presidents are seated in order of when they served, and Kamala Harris walks in. It's a weird whole thing. Donald Trump and Barack Obama are speaking. There is two different things on the internet about it, right? Some people are saying, how dare Barack do that? This is why we can't trust people in politics, which there's some level to that. I agree. Like, y'all can't be trusting everybody in politics. They be sitting together having good meals, rich people meals. They sit around people they don't like all day, but money is equal amongst them. Like, that's it. Other than that, you have that part of it. And then you got people who are saying, well, he was doing, because Black folks, how we gonna do it?
They're gonna try to cover for him best they can.
He's doing what he could do. Barack was doing what he needed to do necessary, as the president. There's nothing wrong with him talking. He was being a stand-up guy. So when you guys saw this, what was your initial reaction? Because I would have loved to be a fly on the wall. Wait, they actually know what he was saying?
No, I think they made up something.
Let's be clear, because
I was about to say,
up on my screen.
No, I'm pretty sure they made that up.
Okay,
they had to have,
because that became a whole part of it, also, right? So they made fun of him because they made fun of Barack because you smiled and giggled with Trump, and then Trump released the audio, a voiceover making. I forgot exactly who they were mocking, who Trump was mocking, but Trump took it and ran with it and embarrassed Obama even more. My thoughts on it is that, one, y'all, Barack is really some of the reason we're here in the first place. I don't want to just, throw the man under the bus, but Barack, in not only his politics, but also the state, what was that? The nerd ball where they all go, the White House Correspondents' Dinner, when he joked about Donald Trump and not realizing that Donald Trump is a petty enough man to have taken that humiliation and done everything that we're experiencing right now is because Barack Obama clowned Donald Trump so good at the White House Correspondents' Dinner about 9-10 years ago now. But then Barack Obama also plays these games of civility, and he did so all the way through his 8 years as president, right? And it's not just Obama. Then here comes Joe Biden, and I'm thinking of Merrick Garland, the Attorney General. All of them do this thing of let's just be civil. Let's smile and shake hands. Let's not prosecute Donald Trump to the fullest extent of the law, Attorney General Merrick Garland. Like, they do all these things to try to seem like everything can just be normal when things are not normal and have not been normal for a very long time. That said, I'm glad to see Michelle Obama finally get beyond this civility nonsense that she was saying, when they go low, we go high. No, we don't. When they go low, we go lower. Why? Because that's the only way that they are going to respond to what's going on. You cannot allow them to have
allow them to be the only one out there fighting. If the only people out there that is fighting and rejecting and pushing back is MAGA, they're going to continuously win and dwindle down the United States of America the way they have. So I'm glad to see Michelle has come to the point where she's like, forget that mess. I ain't got time for that mess. That's exactly how most of America should be right now, because it is mess. It is crap. It is a load of BS that we are getting ready to be saddled with in this country. And we cannot sit there and pretend like this is normal, especially not with what Donald Trump is getting ready to do with this country starting next week. They're already starting. They got 200 officers. Y'all saw what David shared with us. 200 ICE agents getting ready to raid through Chicago on Tuesday. Why are we going to pretend and be civil with this? So good on Michelle. Shame on Barack.
Yeah. So go ahead. Before you do that, I want to give a shout out to my little nephew who's watching. He said I'm watching your podcast. Shouts out to my nephew Jediah. Tati, love you so much. All right, go ahead, Bubba. What was your feeling on or how did you, when you first seen everything? What was that?
My thoughts were, I'm like, this has to be a joke. Like in my head, I'm thinking like Trump is saying to him, hey, you like how I stole the election, don't you? And Obama's like, yeah, we're gonna come for you. It was just like one of those things. Like, what the hell could they really be talking about? Like, for real. And Melania looking like she's lost as ever. And then when Kamala walked in, it was just like, it was so weird. Like they just stopped. And then when she sat down and just face forward, they went back to talking like they talking behind her back. So it did make me feel a certain type of way, because Barack was talking to that man, and I just don't like him.
So David, could you grab the clip in full? Okay. I was gonna say, can you grab the clip in full? It's actually on my YouTube page, on my shorts, at the actual clip where it's strange. She's walking in, she being Kamala Harris walking in, that whole thing. Because even George Bush was in it, his wife, the Clintons, all of them could be seen in that clip. And the reason why I want to play that is because you can cut the tension in the room with the knife. Meanwhile, it's a whole casket sitting there. Barack Obama having a field day in the back talking to Donald Trump, and he's black. He know better than be at people funeral acting up and then talking to the enemy. But for me, when I seen it, I couldn't give it a pass. I'm not somebody. I love Barack Obama for what he's done for the culture and what I feel like he represents to people who never seen a black president. Those things happen. Those things are true. Now, other than that, I had to say, we grew up. And we understand that people, thank you so much, Alicia. We grew up and we understand that these people are not going to really save us. Right. If we look for the president to really save us, that's not going to be a thing. Barack Obama will buddy in our presence with Donald Trump, who he said a lot of things about. It's on my shorts. David, it's on my shorts. But he said a lot of things about, I want people to remember that this is politics. You think politicians work for you. They don't. I don't know. I just like, somebody need to hear that today. Somebody need to hear that today. You think your president is really working for you? He isn't. They may have a heart to do it, but there's a system that they do have to follow. Barack Obama is literally somebody who's doing what I think, like, he's gonna be out here peopling, and he's gonna talk to Donald Trump, and he doesn't care what we say about it, whether we like it or not. The truth is, America has never been in a place to have an actual sincere somebody leader. They're over there supposed to be crying over Jimmy Carter, who a lot of people say was one of the best leaders to ever be an American president. And the truth is, a lot of these people are going to function as politicians function. And that's for the coin. Okay? They may have some goodness in their heart about something, but baby, while we over here dying and crying and removing our support, which we should, if you feel that way, removing our support from these Trump supporters and artists and all that stuff, your favorites who actually led the brigade is sitting there buddying up, eating caviar with that man. So be mindful. And that's why I say we should look at not a lower level in like status, but where you can touch it, your local level, I should say. that's something more, I feel like, attainable. Like your mayor, your senator, your commissioners, all those people in your area, focus on that. If we can get that like-mindedness, get people in there who can touch some ground where you're at personally, I think that's a start. Because we start holding those people accountable, we start moving through the state. You move through the cities, you start moving through the state, you can move through the country. But y'all people that ain't even vote online upset. Let's be for real. Let's be for real. Or people that don't even really care about anything except for the rage, right? You guys want the hysteria so bad, like with the fires. Ain't nobody talking about that no more. Ain't nobody focused on that no more.
Hello. Mm-hmm.
So yeah. Anywho, Kamala Harris, she just lost in November. That wasn't too long ago. We don't give a damn no more. we don't care. It was a hard time. We don't care. Since then, we're just like, yeah, we've been so desensitized or whatever the case may be. Y'all mad about Barack Obama right now, but he gonna sue step tomorrow. Right? Y'all mad about Nelly because Nelly's showing up to the inauguration, but him and Ashanti are gonna put that baby's face out in a week, and we will soon forget that Nelly accepted a coin to go say it's hot in her.
Well, in general, everybody will forget, but I ain't gonna forget. I'm not gonna forget J-Mal Green. I'm not gonna forget Rick Ross. I'm not gonna forget Nelly.
Who, you said J-Mal Green?
Yeah, J-Mal Green out here.
Be quiet. He went full conservative. Oh, not the camera.
Oh yeah,
the fans watching.
The fans watching. Congratulations, Trump. And I used to hate you, Trump, and now I support you, Trump. I'm like, y'all people, village
people.
Here, you people, them people. What it is? Actually, I want to start back at Barack while you do what you do, Rebecca. Barack is an institutionalist. What does that mean? They believe in the institutions of the United States. They believe in the Supreme Court. They believe in the peaceful transfer of power. They believe in all these institutions and these norms. Donald Trump doesn't. That's how he won. Donald Trump has zero respect for any institution and norm. So how dumb do you look, Barack, Barry Obama? How dumb do we all look as a nation, and you as a former president, still conforming to the institutions and the norms of the United States of America, when doing that actually gave us Donald Trump? Then Donald Trump, not satisfied, decided he's going to try to overturn the election, the whole January 6th. And then y'all still smiling and giggling with them for the appearance of normality. Like, you can't keep doing the same thing, expecting different results. And I'm at the point where, like, those people are so irresponsible that they are just as complicit. I'm starting to not even look at them differently than Donald Trump, because not only did they give us Donald Trump, but them playing games helped create an even bigger monster than their first Donald Trump. This 2025 Donald Trump is way worse than the 2017 Donald Trump, but here they are still kiki and giggling it up. Now back to all these people who showing up at this inauguration. Of course they'll do it for money. Yeah, they also do it for pats on the head, also do it because they know they can come up, all those kind of things. But I ain't gonna forget none of them, and we shouldn't. We should always remember those people who were quick to sell out the culture, particularly Black culture, on behalf of a coin, when all of them got plenty of money already. Snoop Dogg don't need this money. Rick Ross didn't need that check. Nelly might need the check. No, I'm joking.
No, not with I'm hot. It's hot in her, but he got that country song too, right? With the country white man. He got, you know what I'm saying?
They don't need these checks, but they doing it. They doing it because they won't be greedy.
The coin pays well. They didn't care. The way that I seen, there's a clip, and I'm gonna drop it actually into the chat so you can play this. I want you guys to see the lackluster that Snoop Dogg provided at the brunch. Nelly's going to actually be, I believe, riding, if I'm not mistaken, riding alongside Donald Trump on the float or whatever. But Snoop Dogg did at the brunch. I want to say it was the brunch, the inaugural brunch. That's where he went and performed. And I'm going to go find a clip of it because I want you to see the lackluster effort that was included into the performance. So you can tell that this was basically for money. The white people were holding up their phones. He was performing a song that I don't even think people really, care about when it comes to Snoop Dogg. Much respect to the music, but when you can go out and while things are happening and Black communities are really suffering from what this man is doing, and he hasn't even gotten into office yet. What this man, that division, hate, all these things spilling. And Snoop Dogg has been somebody who has been vocal originally about his disdain for Donald Trump's leadership. So we can't be, I don't want people to be like, oh, but it's just, no, he actually has been very vocal over Donald Trump's poor leadership. And now we're seeing him front and center a turn. And we know when people grift like that in any way, shape, or form, there's a reason for it. And it's usually financial. It's a big check. You don't have to do anything for it. They're not even aware that I even got a video of Rick Ross himself as well. Oh, both of those are coming to y'all right now. But I say this to say, hearing that these are the people that they've chosen, it lets me know that there's a check that had to be given, because white people thinking that these are the stars of today and these are our vintage stars. No dig to Nelly. I really respect it because he's a part of my life. No dig to Snoop Dogg. I respect Snoop Dogg because he's been a part of my life. This is a vintage man that is, but where they are today, Rick Ross, same thing, very big part of my life. But where these particular artists are today, during inaugural events, we usually see people like, and I'm gonna name this one, Beyonce. We saw her, and when she performed, I think Mariah Carey's of the world, Whitney Houston's of the world. We're talking about impactful artists. Even if it was going to be hip hop, there are other artists that you can get that are meaningful, especially in this place. Please, y'all understand that they chose people who they think are the hip hop representation. Their playlist, I said this, Trump supporters playlist for the gym. This is it in real time. But I said in our text message, David, that's you can get the Snoop Dogg performs at the Trump pre-inauguration, and I'm gonna go ahead and grab the Rick Ross as well. Let's be clear. I want people to understand that they hold the bar so low for these people. I can guarantee you there are people who are gonna say, so what? So what? So what? So what? The so what part of it is you are gonna allow these people to gaslight you. For years, Snoop Dogg was saying, I cannot support Donald Trump. Donald Trump promotes hate. He hates our hoods. He doesn't support. This is what he's doing financially to us. This is what and all of a sudden he gets a check and he shifts the other way. Right? You have Nelly, who has just got back on the map because of his relationship with Ashanti, how we saw them come back together from the Verses. We seen this all go live. It was a beautiful love story, and they had a baby. And now he's utilizing this moment for a check. It has to be. And I guarantee you, as fickle as our society is, as our social media does, as Black people are today, this will be rage, but for a second, and we'll be back on their behinds and hiring them to sing Hot in Here. But here is Snoop Dogg performing at Trump's It may be some, so don't play too much of the clip. But here's and look at him. He's literally DJing for himself, y'all. He gave this absolutely nothing. Let's take a listen.
Ready to make you listen, so back on up.
He literally.
Look at the people.
So he literally is doing all that by himself, like the basic, like looking at that. That's a little cheap ass mixer. He's using an iPad, and that's it. So that's what I was about to say. You can tell that all of this is a big grift to try to appease to Black people, because at any inauguration, we have never had this many hip hop artists perform. Never. It's always been the Village People, Willie Nelson, Dolly Partons, and country people, American Kid Rock, all them people. So now, while all of a sudden are we getting Nelly, Rick Ross, Snoop Dogg? None of this stuff makes sense. That check must have been real big. And then also as well too, they invited an HBCU band to come perform with them as well too, but they're making them raise money to get there.
Right. Here's the thing, y'all. Donald Trump has $170 million for this inauguration. $170 million just for the inauguration, right? It's supposed to even be more by the time it actually gets here on Monday. And they're making Mississippi Valley State University
Mississippi
raise their own money, and hear these kids. And shout out to those kids in the band, because I respect any marching band. It doesn't matter, even if they're family.
Yeah.
I got love for them. I absolutely love for them. So I ain't coming for Mississippi Valley. I'm coming for your band director and all the people who pushed y'all up on this, where y'all and I have to drain the community for our resources to get y'all to something that they got more than enough money to pay your ability. $500,000 to get you all there. That would have been nothing. They paid Snoop and them millions of dollars.
Millions.
Right?
Yep.
But here you all are having to not only exploit your blackness, but also exploit your community in order to get there to support a man who don't like either of it.
Listen, what else can we say about what's going on but what's going on? And people are going to get upset about it. This is my problem. If we are going to sit here and allow this to just go on, I don't want to speak about it forever, but I want to acknowledge it. That's what I'm saying. What people are going to do, y'all have a problem with Shabuzi performing on American ground as an American man. But y'all favorite Black American folks, and Olay made this point on her social media. Y'all favorite Black American rappers buddying up with y'all white American devils. That's my opinion that they devils, but white American literally terrorists, right? And that's facts. That's facts. You guys are allowing these people to buddy up with these racists, and then you'll go and continue to support them, but have problems with Black people in America. I'm talking to you, Hoteps. I'm talking to you, ADOS FBA. Like all of the talking points and everything that you guys draw into the internet sphere, but we'll have smoke for every other Black person when your own is doing this right before our eyes with the white man. Now y'all said the white devil. Let's take a listen to Rick Ross, Rick Ross is performing.
I thought Rick lost all that weight.
It's still bouncing a little bit.
Now that damn wing stop.
Listen, man.
Never get high off your own supply.
No more.
You say that sometimes. I might gain this weight back myself.
Don't claim that, Ben. Let's all claim that.
I'm begging your back I'm begging your back is a tag. But that is actually a part of his look, though. He actually likes that. That's a part of his look. He can't get too small. He can't get, unhealthy, but this is a part of his look. That's, being big. Let's take, not Ozempic has its limit.
Oh my God.
Yeah, hell no.
Lord.
What did Rick Ross perform?
Let's see what he said.
Double. I think I'm being me. Woo, Larry. Work.
Hallelujah.
What my child said. I got that Nazi brother, and he showed what I just right. Double.
We will never. The people in that room will never understand. See what I'm saying? This is what I'm trying to tell you. He's good for us. But these people, they're like this the whole time.
They don't know what none of this is.
Ain't not even moving on beat, off beat, in between beat. They ain't moving at all. Are
they doing a little Trump dance to it.
Right?
Yes.
Looking like SpongeBob.
We on beat and we are on beat and there was no beat. These people, there's a beat and they're not on beat. But I say this to say, that's how I know this is a financial gain for each of them.
Jesus,
a pretty penny was given. So all that money that was given, you said how many billions of dollars were given to the inauguration?
170 million so far. And on average, it's just a few million that goes into maybe 10, maybe I would say, I think 50 million is the largest that I can remember. 170 million just towards the inauguration, and they're making Mississippi Valley out there raise. I mean, they raise their own fries. No offense to fish fries. I might go hit up one later on. Love you, Mississippi Valley. Don't take this the wrong way, but y'all see how y'all being played out here,
like 100%. Real bad. So let me ask this question. So I see all of them perform at the pre-inauguration. So they're going to perform on Monday as well too.
I don't know.
Different artists for different events, but they're all a part of the inauguration, the inaugural process in some way, shape, or form. So Carrie Underwood. Carrie Underwood. Who we know from American Idol. She was a contestant and winner, and she is one of country music.
Calm down, Live One presents bars. It's okay.
All right, let's see.
We know enough. I'm gonna put it on the screen because it's a super chat, but you don't know all of us. Okay.
It's talking to me, so I'll read it. I'm a foundational Black American. And hi, and thank you for watching our show. I'm criticizing Snoop Dogg just like I criticize Chrisette Michele, as you should.
Yeah.
You don't put all of us in one basket. You don't know all of us, and I don't. And it's not you then. If it didn't apply to you, this is what I want to tell you. It's not you. I speak for just the fact that I see more conversations from foundational Black Americans or from the ADOS group who likes to other immigrant Black people. And when they are performing or doing some kind of thing, they will have, conversations about it, talking points about it, discourse about it. But in this particular moment, I haven't seen much of that online. And from the ones who are the leaders, I guess, in the online space, the ones that are the face card for these groups in the online space. So that's what I'm saying. So this is if it doesn't apply to you, because you're clearly watching this, so hopefully you support, like what we do. But if it don't apply to you, it ain't about you, my love. Some things ain't about you, and this one ain't about you. Thank you for doing the right thing and criticizing the folks who need to be criticized. I feel like because they held Chrisette Michele up on a cross, the same groups of people in America who are Black will not do the same thing to the people who are performing right now at Donald Trump's inauguration.
Especially because
you brought up a very problematic thing as well. So thank you for that.
And I was about to say, especially because Chrisette Michele was also running her mouth and saying a lot of stuff while doing her performance as well, too. Not doing the performance, but before, like pledging allegiance and all that other stuff. Like these people now, Snoop, Rick Ross, Nelly, these people were all campaigning in high and mighty for Kamala, from what I thought. And now all of a sudden, y'all getting this money to go play a gig for Donald Trump.
Yeah.
Y'all so nice. And I know. I'm pretty sure. I think they watched clickbaity. They watched a couple of different shows. So maybe I should be nice. But I know what foundational Black Americans actually stand for. The owner, the guy who owns the trademark, the guy who built it. I wouldn't, to save my life, you could drop me in a vat of acid before I identify as an FBA. Now, ADOS, something different. I kind of have an affinity. I actually like ADOS because I know the founders and I know the people, what they stand for. And I know I got problems with them on some days. Some days I like them, some days I don't because of what they stand for, right? But FBA is nothing but a white supremacist operation founded by Tariq Nasheed, who admitted on air that he was offered money to divide the diaspora. Okay, so I appreciate the super chat. Hopefully it went to Rebecca's channel and not mine, because she's being nicer to you about it. I can't, because FBA is not good for Black people.
Look, Ben sound like Kanye. George Bush doesn't care about Black people.
I'm just asking, listen. And this whole thing about not all FBA, not all of us. Yeah, not all men were a part of me too, but enough of them for us to make a conclusion that we need to do something about it. Not all white people are white supremacists, but enough of them are for us to say something about it. Sorry, I don't have much time for it today.
And that's all right. Now, outside of that, I just wanted to point that out because there's so many contradictory, and a lot of people want to be contrary, and on people. No, we got to call a thing a thing. Sometimes it is what it just is, right? It just is that. We got a lot of work to do in a lot of different departments amongst our Black folks as well. We got work to do there. We're not saying that we don't, but what's about to happen is just a good example of how the rich buddy up with each other. How the ones in hierarchy buddy up with each other, and we are at the bottom, trying to figure out who to support and how to do it, and we're affected and missing out on just taking care of where we're at right now because we're worried about all of that, right? Which we should be. We need to have our eyes on what's going on so that we can start figuring out how to clean up house if we're going to live in America, if we got kids in America, if we're trying to survive in America. But starting where you at locally, because these people at the top don't care. You supporting all these artists who don't care about you and your Blackness, and they're Black artists, or don't care about how are we? It doesn't help us. That you focusing on having a check one moment, and getting a check and that being your end all be all to support somebody. Was that check consistent? How did it help you and your family? How did it help you from that year to today? These are questions that you got to start asking yourself if you're going to focus on just those things. If you're focused on just the skin color of the person. Now, I love being I'm Black and I'm proud. I love being Haitian. I love being a Black woman. I love it all. But I've come to realize that just solely putting your support into that person because they are that, it's not enough. Right. So please be mindful. And if we are going to hold people accountable, everybody has to be on that account.
Mm-hmm. Hey, Ben, I don't know if you saw the chat, right?
Oh no, I haven't. Nope.
Our private chat. Yeah.
Okay, got it.
Okay.
And so with that being said, though, that's the case with I had for the administration, what's happening in the inauguration. I think we covered a bit of what's going on. The farewells, Joe Biden, farewell, ceasefire, right? Okay. Another big occasion that I feel like hysteria last year about ceasefire. Yeah, rightfully so. And today we got something going on with the ceasefire. Finally, Israel, Gaza, Palestine, America. We are at a place where ceasefire. I think we're in the first stage of what's going to happen next. Yeah. And your favorite people who use their platform to bring awareness, some places hysteria, but to bring us footage, all the things, haven't really said a thing on the ceasefire. Capitalizing on this is what brings, because I'm stay with me here because we're gonna get somewhere. Capitalizing on these moments that we were all fighting for, crying about, throwing up about, because of what we were seeing. Babies' bodies unalived, a country almost flattened because of the bombings. People literally being told that people being told that they're going to be given 4 hours because what was the ridiculous name? A humanitarian pause for people to run and get some food and find some kind of shelter before they began the bombings again. 4 hours a day. A humanitarian pause. Let's just pause on killing people so they can go get something to eat, find another place to go hide. Right.
And then they started killing people when they came before they even got done with the 4 hours, right?
Absolutely.
So it was like just enough to draw them back so we can kill some more.
Yep. And then they were blowing up the places where they were going to get the help, the medical help.
Draw.
And so this is where we're at. Ben trying to get it right.
Struggling, right?
This is where we're at right now. And I'm seeing your favorites. Why isn't the ceasefire that was such the internet's whole thing? Why isn't that the focus of this week? Why isn't that the highlighted story? Why isn't that the primary story? Why isn't that what I'm seeing when I turn on my TV on mainstream media? Hysteria was what they wanted so bad. I'm talking about these people who capitalize off of this. Sean King, we recall, changed his whole nationality, changed his whole religion to something else, just so that he can have more power in speaking about what was going on. If he identified with being Middle Eastern in some way, then that would help him. People were working alongside other folks and being the voice of the Palestinians. I have not seen anybody say much about the ceasefire. So capitalizing off of this stuff is what makes sense in the social media space. The same social media that is actually in the hot seat right now. TikTok, alleged ban happening, right? Supposed to be on tomorrow. A lot of great people, like one that I work with right now, Ariana, right? Just started working with this beautiful young lady on Leftist Mafia, Ariana Jasmine. If y'all don't know, go ahead and follow her. She is big on TikTok. TikTok is her space, and that is her form of income. And you know, with somebody like that, it hurts to see that this could be going down. But I think that she is talented enough and has a heart for what she does enough to transition into a different space and make it in that space. Yeah. So I say that to say a lot of the people who are crying about it are crying about the finances because they can't capitalize off of the pain of people anymore. They can't capitalize off of taking people's work anymore, because I can't for the life of me understand why these great, and I'm not talking about the ones, if this don't apply to you, this don't apply to you. I'm talking about the ones who focus on political content and how they will be the face of this political conversation. And for something like this, when we finally get a result, be silent on the thing.
Yeah.
I got problems with that. I do. I don't like people capitalizing off of that and have nothing to say when we finally have some kind of solution or resolution or getting to some place about it. But with the whole TikTok thing, now that I've gotten that out of the thing, with the whole TikTok thing, I don't like the discourse happening online. People have the right to feel how they feel about what's happening on TikTok for TikTok. It's going to affect some people in a way that is their livelihood. And people getting online telling folks, get a job. You don't work. You don't know how to work. Get a real job. And it's coming from people who probably couldn't break into that space. Yep. But then the people who broke into that space replying, this is the discourse I don't like that happens online. We should be able to have nuanced conversations about what is happening without attacking each other. But it is America. It is the real world. And I don't think that would happen. People are attacking the next person and saying, you know, like, you wouldn't know because you never broke in online. You would never make it. You're not talented enough. We have to grow up at some point. And understand that this is like it's really ridiculous, and see what's really happening, because right before our eyes, this back and forth has been happening for years. They've been threatening to take away TikTok, and somebody saves the day politically. And right now, the same person that was blaming the US or not wanting to sell or not wanting to buy or whatever is now buddying up, and we'll be at the inauguration. Yes, the owner of TikTok, creator of TikTok, is going to be at the inauguration buddying up with Donald Trump. And I think creating the space and the moment for Donald Trump to say, I saved
TikTok.
That's exactly what this is leading up to, folks. The CEO of TikTok is going to be at the inauguration. Wow. The Supreme Court made the decision that it made so that it could set up Donald Trump to be the hero for 170 million Americans who are on TikTok. Donald Trump, little as most people forget, this entire thing started because of Donald Trump. Right. Back in 2020, before he left office, he was the first person to make a move against TikTok because he saw what was happening in the George Floyd protests and how so many people were organizing around TikTok. So now he gets to come back and be a hero. And it's the idiocy of so many commentators and so many media outlets that's not putting two and two together to do what you just did, Rebecca. They're setting up Donald Trump to be the hero of the very thing that he started, the chaos that he caused. God dog it.
Yeah, you said that, because now it's just like y'all are going to be worshiping this man. Oh, he saved TikTok. Do away with it. That's fine. We can live. Instagram's around, Threads around.
It don't need it. For a lot of people financially who are creators in that space, I'm not gonna lie, and I can't hate on it, who made it in the TikTok space, it pays them. They actually get paid. They get paid very well. You know, for the ones that are on Instagram and on Threads, I'm on Threads. Now I'm getting throttled for some reason on Threads, which was a place I was breaking into. But it don't pay. They paid me 4 times before and decided that I was no longer I'm good for the program because I was talking about politics. Now I watch other people who talk about politics every day and they get paid from those platforms. It's very choosy. At times I think that it functions in a way that we should look at that may be stereotypical, may be problematic. I do believe that it works in that way. But other than that, people can actually, minority groups who are not able to break in as creators in the other spaces. And I'm just talking about as far as Facebook, Instagram, those places, Threads, Twitter. They can go, they were able to go onto TikTok and win. Content being stolen, 100%.
Oh, absolutely.
100%. Creating the blueprint where white folks ain't got to do nothing else, 100%. 100%. So, now, look, Trump signed an executive order that will effectively ban the use of TikTok in the U.S.
No, I just put that on the screen because some folks in the comment section was like, "No, that's not how." No, this is where it started.
That was in 2020. That's how literally where it started. The day.
This is where it started, and from there, Congress picked it up after he left office. But this is where it started.
And I don't know if y'all understand, this is a Trump thing. This is what Trump does. Trump will go out there and say something and cancel or ban something. Then we'll turn right back around and say, okay, hey, let me do this to fix it so American people will love me.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
No, he loves to do this.
He loves to do this.
He's going to say, they don't want to give me the credit. But I did it.
But I did it. Yep.
We've seen the pressure that just in the week alone. Okay. We seen how he did with Facebook recently. And I can't say just Facebook, Instagram, which is Meta, Facebook, Instagram, Threads.
Yep.
The same Threads that was created to give a safe space for a lot of people who were on Twitter, who were looking for somewhere to go with the same style. And but to feel protected when they were putting out anything, to battle misinformation, right? To battle the threats that were happening to minority groups. Allegedly, Mark Zuckerberg created Threads for that when Elon Musk took over at X. The same freedoms on X where people are running around calling you every kind of hard ER, where they're literally talking about your kids. They're posting your address online. They're actively being racist. Doctors, lawyers, all of them. The communities are separated. So much hate. The discourse between Black love and this and that is happening over there for free. Wild and free. You weren't supposed to have on Threads. It was supposed to be calm. When we first got on Threads, it was beautiful. And Mark Zuckerberg said this is going to be a place where we're going to battle out misinformation. We're going to make sure that we fact checked over here. We're going to make sure that people aren't attacked. And if you are, you'll be banned from Threads. As of 2025, the start of 2025, last week, Mark Zuckerberg did the exact same thing as Elon Musk for the platforms of Threads. He removed the fact checking and replaced it with community notes. And the community don't even know how to spell. The community don't even know how to pick up a pen and write it on a piece of paper. They don't got motor skills. The community doesn't even know how to utilize their own thoughts without Chat GPT telling them what to say. And you want us to use community notes. You have now done the same exact thing as Elon Musk. Mark Zuckerberg gave his money, gave $1 million, I want to say, to the inauguration of Donald Trump. And after doing that, showed up to Mar-a-Lago to party with Donald Trump. And after doing that, got online and told us, shut up and take what I'm giving y'all because y'all can't do nothing about it. Donald Trump gets interviewed and asked, do you believe that Mark Zuckerberg did this because you threatened him on how to run his? Donald Trump said, and did. Literally, look it up. May not have said and did, but he did say that's absolutely why he did it, because I put pressure on him to start doing the same thing that Elon Musk did. And that's to go onto this space, let people roam free with their hate, dictate how things happen, and let white supremacy win. Once those gates fall, guess who's going to get attacked first and who has already been getting attacked first in the spaces? It's going to be minority groups, Black people, immigrants, LGBTQIA+,
women,
all women, these are the people that I've been seeing. The hate has migrated over to Threads. I keep going to Blue Sky and it's just really like, hello.
Right. I'm still like,
hello, is anybody there? I want to like it. I be checking in sometimes. But I say this to say, maybe Blue Sky is the safest place. Maybe I just have to get in and sit in silence for a little bit. Because everywhere I go, it's noise.
See, this is why. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Oh, no. What I'm going to say is, so go ahead, man.
No, this is why I'm telling folks don't leave these spaces. Don't go in there and cause them as much grief and suffering and pain as they're causing us. Go in there and humiliate them, make them feel reflect back the same energy they're reflecting to us. This is honestly what the Lord told me a couple months ago. This is why I started doing what I'm doing. The Lord said, go and reflect the same energy to MAGA that MAGA is reflecting to us. And do you know how fragile these people
match
are?
the energy?
They are fragile. They are babies. They can dish it, but they can't take it. They will block you so quick as soon as you push back on them. And so for so many people, it's like they are not going to have. Let me rephrase, because I don't want to call it a safe space. It's not a safe space that we're looking for. We're just looking to not be in a space where we have to deal with Nazis all the time. We can handle MAGA, but we're dealing with MAGA plus. We're dealing with actual people on social media who are planning violence against minority groups. And so because they are not creating a safe enough environment for people to exist without being attacked violently, then we go back in there with the same energy and we crush their little souls.
Yeah. And no, you're right. I love that you brought that up, Ben. Thank you for bringing that up, because here's the thing. I'm a YouTube girly. Probably that's just, I love it because this was the first space that accepted me. Even outside of me having my own channel, this was the first place that actually accepted me. Twitter, they love and hated me over there. But YouTube, I love it here. Been a YouTube girly as far as when it comes to politics. But I say this to say, go, stay, be in the mix. You know why? Everybody else is going to benefit from letting the hate grow. And if that's not your thing, stay up in there, calling people out, holding people accountable, continue to build communities. If we continue to build our sub communities outside of what's going on, we can maintain our voices and combat, if as much as we can, the misinformation. Because if we leave these spaces, just like a Facebook group with people who are 50 plus in there, accepting all kinds of lies made by AI, that's what we'll get in America. People walking to the cliff and just falling off because they believe that this is biblical. I think that people coming after one another about which places to go and which places to stay and all that, I think we've moved on past that. I think Elon actually wanted the Great Migration to keep the hate inside of X. He didn't care. He didn't care that he shut down. It's the power dynamic. I don't care what goes on. Me being as powerful as I am, and a lot of people wanting to be like me and mimic how I am in leadership and how I got here. People think that I'm such this guru, this rich guru, this rich dad, poor dad type person. People believe that about Elon Musk, and they'll follow everything. I have immigrant family members who bleed Elon Musk rhetoric.
Really?
Because it matches some of the ideals of patriarchy. And that's what all you got to see is that. And that's what they'll follow. And not the hate that these particular people are saying about your marginalized behind. That's the problem. Oh, the people that you love so much were made fun of, were put in harm's way because of the people that you're choosing to support, because you didn't want a female president, a woman president.
Yeah.
Because this person is rich and was in tech, and you want to follow that, and so you got to follow. No, that's why I say let's stay in these spaces. A few years ago, when we left these spaces and we thought this was the way to go, they're going to keep on doing it in every single social media space. I need you to know that. Y'all thought it wasn't coming from Mark Zuckerberg. That man got on there, and this is how I say it, with his fro, right? I believe he's Jewish. He got on there with his fro and his gold chain and his black t-shirt and told us that he is for the people. Came back on with that same exact outfit that he probably had on for 5 days and told us that he's not for the people. He did not care. He didn't care. The same way Nelly doesn't care. The same way Snoop Dogg doesn't care. The same way Rick Ross does not care.
And this is the perfect time to say my comment that I was going to say. Trump is the new Diddy. Starring his brothel. Elon. Now
Trump
Mark.
is the man. I don't even think nobody can compare to him. I think that he's gotten away with so much for so long.
Yeah,
he will never see the light. He will never see bars.
I don't even have and I'm going to say something really controversial here. I no longer have a problem with Trump. Trump is something more. Something that needs to be brought down, but it's not. He's not the issue. Trump is working the system. Trump sees every flaw in the system. He sees every opportunistic. He knew that he can get evangelicals to worship him, and so he did it. He knew that he could overthrow democracy just by going and just being him, and he did it. He knew he could beat Obama. He knew he could beat Clinton's. He knew, and he just did it. How did he do it? By manipulating every single weak point in American society, bringing it to the front, saying, oh, you guys don't think you're racist. Watch this. Let me show you exactly how racist you really are. Oh, you don't think these billionaires are lapdogs. They will kiss my boots. They will lick my boots, is what he said. And he got every single one of them lined up. So my problem ain't really with Trump so much as how weak America really is, how fragile America and democracy really is. And listen, I just want to say one last thing. Rebecca, you said something critical. There is no more safe spaces online.
Yeah. Period.
If you're looking for an online existence that's not going to run your blood pressure up, I'm going to suggest you meditate. Because that's the only thing that's going to keep your peace. You're going to either find Jesus or find some deep meditation, because otherwise they're coming for you, to you, wherever you are. Maybe Blue Sky will remain safe because they seem to be, but everybody who wants a profit, everyone who's chasing the dollar, all of them are doing. Matter of fact, YouTube is the original right-wing space. I'm going to just let people know, right? YouTube is part of the problem of how we got here in the first place. YouTube's not a safe space either. Like, if you need an online existence that is peaceful, I'm trying to tell y'all, we're not going to get it without fighting for it. And I'm mighty afraid that there's just so many people who are not up for it. And I get it. Not everybody has to be a fighter. Not everybody has to go and jump into the fight, but they're going to continue to encroach on your spaces. They come to Threads. Now they're coming all over Meta. They're going to be in Blue Sky before you know it. Where are we going to go if we don't hold the line right here?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. And real quick, Candace just said a comment. The only safe space you can find is offline with real people. Make actual friends and community. The internet is a hellscape.
Listen,
that's a true. Oh, go ahead.
And with that, I have things to say too, because people are on there like, y'all need to get out and make real friends and do all this. Depending on where we live now, a lot of people have really removed themselves outside of spaces where they can't even get to people, or people like them or whatever. I just watched the video of a young 20-something girl who got a coin and went to go somewhere she can afford to buy a house. And the white people, when she left the house, went through her stuff and put whites only in the household.
Wow.
Trashed it, stole her TV, stole her wigs, did a lot of different things inside of that household. So a lot of people are actually just living in spaces where they're functioning. They can afford, they can do what, but they stay in the house, right? They not going. I can't go out. I chose my particular place when I first moved here because it was affordable. It was affordable in the climate of 2020 for me to stay in. It was predominantly white. I didn't know that when I got here. I thought I was moving somewhere great. A lady that showed me the space, she was mixed. I knew right there. And she, they sent her to bring me on the tour. I said, wow, this is affordable. Place wasn't even done yet. I said, I'm gonna be the first to live in here. I got the worst racist neighbors I tried to say hello to. They called the cops on me every other day. Those things may not be able to happen for some people. However, I believe that us going back outside to try to love on each other and be in community would be such a beautiful idea and thing, but it's not going to happen overnight. It's not going to, we just came from COVID. We just came from people, we're still in it. Mass murders happening at alarming rates.
Yeah.
We don't know where we can go in the world where it's safe. Your dinner table, you get there, there's all kinds of conversations. It's disrespectful. You don't even have the capacity to do it no more because you done been in your own world for so long.
Yep.
It's going to take some time. Finding new friends, because I see people begging for friends every day online. they meet the friends, and something crazy happens.
Yep.
It's going to take some time. That's why I say find your community. Don't just be like, oh, she dressed like me, or oh, he believes the same thing as me, or oh, this is just enough. Really get to know, get in there, get your hands a little dirty, whether it's going to be online and posting more content until your community finds you, or if you want to get outside, keep going to different places until you find your community and figure out what's going on. But it's going to take some time. I do think that we do need to touch some grass a little bit of balance. And
somebody said Ghana on Facebook. Ghana is safe, and my boss goes to Ghana multiple times a year, and I've said I wanted to go and visit as well too. So
I have things to say. Now, if I say something about that, I'll be wrong. It has something controversial to say about that. Ghana is so safe for y'all until, and I'm talking about y'all Americans. Ghana's so safe until people. It's basically, for me, when I look at it, gentrification. Y'all going over there talking about 25 cents braids when y'all pay $250 over here and still paying the person what $5 for their braids, go into the little towns and then say why is the conditions like that? Because you are so used to living in high rises. Meanwhile, people used to being able to go to the beach that's now blocked off for these people who are gentrifying the area to come and do whatever and live there and say, please come to Ghana. Ghana needed the tourist money. They're getting it, but now they're losing the culture of the land. That's just my business. And I'm just going to
that down.
You said that.
Break that down. Come on. Listen, this is the last thing I say about the whole conversation about online. Folks, I'm here to tell you I agree with everything that Rebecca and James has said, especially about touching grass and creating community locally. That takes time, et cetera, et cetera. What is happening online, though, is a mass organizing of evil. The most evil people on the face of the planet, all of the Nazis, all the racists, all of the xenophobes, all of the bigots, all the homophobes, all the misogynists, they are organizing online. Don't think that they're organizing online to stay online. They're coming into your neighborhoods. They're coming into your physical places with that same energy. And if we don't kill that stuff, if we don't dead it right now online, they're going to be in our streets. So it's like, choose where you want to fight. Do you want to fight online or do you want to fight in the streets? Because it's that time. It's like we're here at that precipice.
Yeah, no, we are. And that's why we have to make sure, listen, don't let them run you out of these spaces. You already wear clothes from these people that's from slave shops. Y'all wearing diamonds on your hand and blood diamonds. Blood diamonds.
You said that.
You already going to eat at Cracker Barrel.
You've been doing it for generations.
For generations. You walk into Cracker Barrel and all you hear before you can get to the door, what you doing around here, boy? And you can't find where it's coming from. You looking around like, where that came from?
It could be literally any table sitting around you.
Then you see somebody peeking in the back from the kitchen, and it's a black face looking at you like this, and it's saying, "Get out,
get out."
You see that in the back. So you're already eating at Cracker Barrel. Please stop acting like, because it's so funny. Y'all do this all the time. Y'all take away the support for 2 months and then you start wearing it again, or you start eating it again, or you start walking on the same streets again, or you start all of that. You do it every time. So please save that part of the outrage. And if we're going to infiltrate these spaces, stop gentrifying Ghana and infiltrating Ghana and start infiltrating and gentrifying these spaces. They want to take it away from us so bad. Blackness is what creates and makes all of these spaces go round. I hope you know this. There is literally nobody cared about Twitter until it became Black Twitter. Threads.
Hello.
Thriving because it is Black threads that came on there to make it thrive. TikTok had no content but this from a white lady with ice blue eyes. That's all it was until Black folks started getting on there and swaying them hips and having conversations and doing it from their doctor's offices where they practice and showing you how to exercise for real and giving you a little bit of word. Kingdom spouses conversation must be dead. I need that to stop because people, that ain't your kingdom spouse. But all of that happening in the TikTok space, all Blackness that created and grew that.
Amen. Yep.
So continue to take your Black self and infiltrate those spaces and continue to do what you need to do and get the message. And while they'll try to throttle you, somebody somewhere will see your little Black post and like it and share it and continue to do what they need to do. Have these conversations. It's going to be important for us to combat misinformation. We don't have to, that's not the actual fight that we're trying to do, but please go on there and continue to put that out there, because the most that these people are doing is just clipping a headline and putting it there, or clipping a piece of what we're going to say today, what Ben said, that he ain't got a problem with Trump, but they're not going to post what he said after or before. They're not going to do that. They're just going to have that as one of the main things of their video, and we've seen that happen so many times. So it is our duty to continue to stay in these spaces and infiltrate it, can continue to make them mad, because your space will not function without blackness. It won't.
That's it. Only place I go is Waffle House. You get food and learn to fight all in one place.
Hey,
especially in Georgia.
Okay, so let's talk about this. Thank you for bringing up Waffle House. Miss Macy.
Somebody said she looked like Steve Tyler from Aerosmith.
Listen,
stay away.
Miss Macy. I don't know what's her first name. Nancy Macy.
Nancy Macy.
That's like Nancy and Macy together. Nancy Macy.
Nancy Macy.
I think she's a senator, right? Is she a senator? She's a Nancy Macy's a congresswoman.
Yeah.
Wow, to be behaving like that on CNN that one time where she couldn't say Kamala's name, but she said that she's going to pronounce Kamala's name the way that she wants to pronounce Kamala's name in any way, shape, or form. And then she posted that man, remember, and him sending her a heart.
This was Michael.
Her.
Bro, if you cannot recognize demons, you don't need to be out in these streets, my man. Nancy Macy is a devil.
Nancy Macy,
that's a hungry one. Like, go eat some food, sister. What Michael Eric Dyson gonna do with that?
She didn't want to pronounce Kamala's name correctly up on CNN in front of black women and black people, and then turn around. And it's so funny. Anyways, she was going against I think they were having a meeting on the floor. I don't have that clip. I wish I did.
Jasmine.
You have it right here. Let's take. Oh, Ben's gonna find it. But Nancy Macy can be seen, I believe, they're on the floor discussing something. I think it was LGBTQ. No, it was somebody being sworn in. Was it that? I don't remember, but it was something happening there. And Nancy Macy says something about LGBTQIA+, and Congresswoman Jasmine Crockett out of Texas then says, she has the floor. And she says, you keep on speaking about LGBTQ this, LGBTQ that. She was like, child. And all black people didn't flinch when she responded to Nancy Macy, which she wasn't really responding to Nancy Macy as her. We just didn't flinch about it because we was like, oh, she's about to start saying something. She about to drop something. She said, child, like my camera, but she said, child, and Nancy Macy stopped the show, or thought she did. Because one monkey don't stop Nan's show. And Nancy Macy says, who's your child? You're not calling outside. You're not calling me. And then proceeds to say, we can take this outside. So catch me outside in the form of a Congresswoman, Nancy Macy. Did we get the video?
Child.
Did put my hands on
it. Look, child.
I could stay awake. Looking at it. There you go. Let me find Dace. I had to roast somebody on Twitter. Let me find this video.
That's what she was doing.
When we got work.
Wait, but shout out to Ben for getting banned by Brett Favre.
I forgot all about that, man. I forgot Brett Favre so bad. He went back and deleted the whole thread, man.
Really? When I saw that, I was like, wait, what? It's too early in the morning for this.
Shout out to my girl Stephanie. She's watching right now as well. Not y'all all watching me on today. Shout out to my girl Steph. She's watching right now. Hey Steph, thank you for watching.
Hey,
I really
Steph.
Appreciate it.
Here's the clip. Y'all want to see it real quick. Hang on.
Here's Nancy Macy and here's Jasmine Crockett. Now I want you to really, if you're black and you watch this, I really want you to just hear how Jasmine Crockett says it, because it didn't. I was just ready for her to say what she had to say. Child, go ahead.
somebody's campaign coffers really are struggling right now. So she's gonna keep saying trans, so that people will feel praised and child. Listen, I want y'all
I am no child.
whether or
Do
not
call me a child. I am no child.
I want to find out which of those females actually have feelings. Chairman, I'm reclaiming my time.
You will not do that.
Chairman, I am reclaiming my time.
You want to take it outside?
Mr. Chairman and committee.
Okay. Order.
Somebody.
So where are we taking it? So that they said she
Where
was
we
taking
it?
to listen. When we hear Jasmine say "child," that's because child's like a comma. Child is like, it's not what she thought it was. She wasn't really saying child to her. I am not a child. I am not a child, which is equivalent to Anna Kasparian saying, you got to get my last name correct. It's not what Ben is saying it is. Like these little arguments, y'all got to get what we're doing. Black people, our colloquialisms, how we speak in conversations, we speak in facial expressions, we speak in this is not what she thought it was. Child wasn't directed to her. Child was a comma. Child was a pause.
Was a pause. Hello.
Child was giving her the chance to now drop. She's about to cook. Right, and we were supposed to let her cook,
right?
And Nancy Mace could not have understood that. She couldn't read the room, and she made it a whole big deal. And she told her. Now, here's the more problematic part. Nothing about what Jasmine Crockett was saying was problematic, as much as Nancy Mace making the threat to meet her outside.
Yeah,
right.
But people didn't want to focus on that.
Yeah, because then they find Jasmine or something, but they did nothing to this Macy.
I didn't know they find her.
They said something. I caught half of it or the end of it, but they said something about Jasmine getting in trouble, but yet she was the one that's threatening. Let's go. Let's take this outside, but nothing happened to her. Whatever they doing, that's I don't know.
Look, let me find that out. Let me find out that's accurate, because that's a problem. I just want y'all
Please do.
I just
need y'all. Jasmine Crockett was fined.
I don't know if she was fined, but I know that they said something to her. Oh, they saying that she did get.
She does kind of look like
Ben.
She does. Nancy Mace does kind of look like that.
I'm going to get a battery. Y'all terrible.
Let me see. I'm about to find out for the Nancy Mace incident. But anywho, I said to say, Black women still got to work 16 times harder, because they looked at the Jasmine Crockett as somebody who was an angry Black woman who was volatile towards Nancy Mace. Nancy Mace was the one who needed help, even though she was the one that said to meet her outside. How about that?
Listen, Nancy Mace is I got to find new phrases because it's so hard to be a pastor and use the phrases that I'm so used to using, but she's an attention seeker above anything else. She's a drama queen. She absolutely is like, she makes everything 10 times bigger than what it is. One, so that she can raise money, but two, because she needs attention. She just seeks that. And she thought that she was going to start some big, movement against Jasmine Crockett, but this didn't do anything but just elevate Jasmine Crockett even more. She made herself look like a child.
Yes,
right. And while we know that Jasmine Crockett was saying child, please, like a comma. Thank you for breaking that down. It's like a pause. It's a parenthetical pause, right? Because what was coming afterwards is what matters. Even though we know she did it and used it in that fashion, Nancy Mace made sure that she looked like a child.
We're getting corrected by the white man in the chat. He said Mace, not Macy. So thank you for saying it correctly, Ben. I was saying it wrong. It ain't Macy. Sorry. Mace like the spray.
I was trying to make it seem like you were doing it on purpose to make fun of her.
I didn't know. I really didn't know.
And then you get this and that Albright. This is the type of Negro I'm tired of.
Which one?
Pull up her whole tweet since it's on the screen. She said, "Allow me to tell you why I find this behavior out of order. For years, Black women fought to get elected to congressional seats, and they were denied because of negative stereotypes.
Tomato.
Black women are loud, aggressive, uneducated, unprofessional, and lack decorum. Therefore, they cannot represent the highest level of the government. Black women stepped up and proved them all wrong. Fast forward to 2024, and we have this clown coming into the halls of Congress to put on a damn sister girl act every opportunity she gets a chance to, and has nothing to do with her constituents. Jasmine is validating every negative stereotype about Black women that have been out in the air for years. Here's the thing. I don't want to read any more of it. Let me. And
Well,
Rebecca,
she wrote all that. You can write all that on Twitter.
I just, yeah. And Rebecca, I'm sure you have far more and far better thoughts. So let me just get mine out of the way, and you can say what you want. If you are concerned with what white people think about you at this point, you are just not qualified to even be Black right now, right? If you are concerned with how white people have interpreted us in the past, present, or future, you are still a servant and a slave to white supremacy. That's number one. Number two, for you to be a Black woman to come out here on Twitter, on Elon Musk's Twitter, and step and fetch to the tune of 64,000 likes of white supremacists. If you read through this woman's replies, they are putting up some of the most vulgar images of Jasmine Crockett. They are demeaning her. They are using every racial slur and stereotype against her. And this Black woman, Annette Albright, is celebrating it. She's embracing the notoriety she's getting off this one viral Twitter. And so she jumped up to attack a Black woman, and she landed right into the arms of white supremacists. But she wants us to be concerned with what these white folks have said about us historically. She is still in bondage to white supremacy. And anyway, David brought it up to trigger me, I think.
No, I think I didn't even see that. So now that I've seen it, let's be clear. This is the problem. And this is why I say you function in whiteness. I think there is Rebecca, I believe that there is a time and a place for everything. Jasmine Crockett did nothing wrong, but here's the problem: when we always try to son or daughter somebody or sit them down because of what they have appeared to be, when it's nothing but themselves and they are qualified and they're already in position. Miss Annette, beloved, you got it wrong. You were forced to mask yourself for so long, and you function in always walking in that other instead of being who you are, presenting as this other and not being able to be yourself, while white people can buddy and a white woman can say on the floor to take it outside. But you guys are worrying about her presenting and saying child or doing a hair flip or having an accent when she is one of the more educated people on the floor, somebody who doesn't need to do much to have a conversation or to hold accountability with facts, numbers, all of the above. I think that people like Annette and see Jasmine and her youngness and her youth and her dark skin and her audacity to wear braids on the floor and to put it always in the side, because sis always gonna have a side piece. Y'all gonna put it on the side, and to have a branding like she does. And she's mad because all the time Annette had to work alongside the people that she works alongside. She has to remain quiet, make herself smaller. She didn't have community around her. And maybe if she did, the community around her told her the same thing that people I've heard say from back in the day. Keep your head down. You don't got to do all that. Why you got to wear all that? You don't need to say that. Meanwhile, what you were saying was very important, and how you said it in the delivery was very important. So it could let everybody in here know you got me effed up. I am the wrong person. I am indeed the wrong person, and I can make it right. I can. You see, every time I see people come after, and especially a millennial, I will say, because I'm seeing a lot of other people from the older generation break out of that, want to break out of that, or have conversations about why they are so stuck in it. Because for years, you're told that. You're told that you got to be this way when you walk into the room. I told you guys what I was told in becoming a journalist by one of my favorite professors. Hey, you know you Haitian, right? You know you dark skin. I'm not saying this to be disrespectful, but you know you're dark skin. And you know it's going to be harder for you to break into mainstream media. I was told that. I was told that because I had an accent at the time. You got to work on that. because that's not going to be acceptable. But white folks can come out here and tell you to take it outside. They can be caught doing fornication in the movie theater. They can hold up weapons and say this is the law of the land. And while children just died from a mass shooting, they can go and attack folks outside of a building that for no reason. They can take over the Capitol in a domestic terrorist attack and have nothing done to them. Still go. We thought they were going to go on the no-fly list. We thought there was going to be jail time. Nothing because of it. And a black woman says, child. And that's where you draw the line.
Girl.
Let's be for real.
That part. And here's the thing. One last detail. This is the difference between people who are ready to fight and not. Jasmine Crockett is up there ready to fight against these powers that are destroying not only democracy, but blackness. They are coming after black folks. Maybe Annette Albright doesn't care about blackness because it sounds like she really doesn't. So maybe that's not her thing. But she's fighting for democracy and she's doing a hell of a good job at it. She's doing better than 90% of the Congress people up there. She is not taking any prisoners. And if you got a problem with the fight that's in that sister, then you sounds like she wants, Annette Albright wants to stay subservient to MAGA, to Donald Trump, to everything that they're trying to do. You can't go up there and play tiddlywinks with these people and kumbaya with people who want to destroy us. And all she said was child. Well, y'all wait till y'all get a load of what I'm gonna say. These
and then it wasn't even in the context of speaking to her in a negative way. Like, come on. She chose that battle and she knew what the hell she was doing, trying to shed them white damn tears and be a Karen.
No, but she didn't have to shed white tears. She literally said, "We can take it outside."
Literally said, "We can take it outside."
And that to me is aggressive, but because it comes from a white woman. It's not perceived that way, but child is perceived as more of an aggressive thing to say rather than the literal take it outside. Let's be for real.
Yeah.
And that's why I can't accept Annette. I can't accept Annette's comments towards Jasmine Crockett. And I won't because I used to listen to that and believe that. Right. Now, do I believe that there's a place and time for everything, for clothing, I'm that. I'm that. But at the same time, there was nothing that I seen in that room at all that was problematic. Nothing. But because they want to measure Jasmine Crockett as ghetto, as incapable. They want to measure her there. And especially, and I don't want to go there. I'll go there on maybe my own video. And she's a dark-skinned young woman. In of course they're gonna go there with her. Of course they're gonna go there with her. Go ahead,
Rebecca. The thing is, when you're dealing with these white Christian nationalist devils, it doesn't matter how well you present yourself to conform to what they expect. Look at Michelle Obama, who said, "When you go low, we're gonna go high." When Michelle, who carries herself in the most distinguished fashion possible. They literally get on Twitter every day and say she's a man. Every day they get on there and they insult her. Every day they deride her. There is literally nothing that you can do, Annette, that's going to satisfy these very white supremacists who are liking your tweet right now. But good, I hope you enjoy the cooking because you can't come to our cookout. Stay over there.
No. And I'm sorry. I'm not even going to the cookout. Okay, I'm not going to the cookout myself. That one's already infiltrated, so we got to start infiltrating their little
cookout, the one I'm having.
Yeah, see, that's what I said. Have one in your own backyard, your community, because I'm sick of everybody. Y'all can't come to my house and eat my mama good Haitian rice. You can't do it. You can't do it. I'm sick of it. The bar is so low everywhere now. I got to be mindful of who I'm letting in and what I'm giving out.
Yeah,
because you will not drain me, and I am not going to be somebody who sits down and takes whatever you're going to take. The comment section the other day from my leftist mafia when I streamed leftist mafia on Thursday, somebody got mad at me because my love Mike was like, F Michelle Obama, that triggered me a little bit. And I get why he's saying it because he's like, she's friends with Bush and she's that. But because I see a white man saying it, it's not acceptable for me. And I know that he didn't mean it in that way or whatever. So I said, no, Sorry, Michelle doing what she need to do. You know, if I'm going to stick up for a black woman in the space with predominantly white folks, I'm going to do it. That's just what's going to be. So somebody came in my thing and said, "How dare you say that? You capping for Michelle Obama, probably the same way you did for Kamala. Oh yeah, you did that. Can't believe you. Can't trust you anymore. I'm sorry. Somebody that went on my said that." No, somebody in the comment section, the comment section. And here's my thing with the comment section. I've learned that I'm not going to allow you to tell me how to do it. If you don't like it, simply go on about your way. All right. And if you can take it and maybe just move on, we can do that too. It's all love here. But we understand that you are not going. I am never the same way they want to vilify Jasmine Crockett. I will never be in a space with people who are mostly don't look like me and have any conversation about Michelle Obama. I'm just not gonna do it. And that's no shade to Mike. I know why he's mad. I get it. I love him. I mean it. But that's just where I was coming from. And in any space to understand why I feel the way about Miss Macy or Miss Mace and my good sis Miss Crockett, Congresswoman Miss Crockett, they will try to diminish Jasmine Crockett. With all the work and the standing up and the vocal and the reports that she always has ready. She's not coming into these rooms not prepared. She's always prepared. And I think she's a lawyer. Her background is in law. So she's always somebody who's prepared. And she's not new to this. She's very true to this. She might be new to being a congresswoman, but she's been down there for a few years now. And it was her having community around her in there. And it's not that didn't look like a net. A net is the problematic community that will send you the other way, that will tell you there can only be one black, good, young person in this space. And we cannot make room for more because it will be ghetto.
Look, I love the fact that every which way y'all done messed up her name. Somebody in the chat room called her Nancy Mason. We're going to call her Nancy Macy.
All right, we're at the end of the show, though. Yeah, we do got some chats. Listen,
and I don't know if y'all just saw what I posted. Just came through. Donald Trump did an interview with somebody NBC News saying more than likely he would issue a 90-day extension on the TikTok ban. So exactly what we said. Exactly what we said.
We knew that was coming. 100%.
100%.
Yeah, and people are going to start. You're going to see TikTok videos actually
thanking Donald Trump.
Thanking Donald Trump. Yep. Yes, you saved my life.
Let me put them on the screen here right quick because I want people to let's juxtapose that real quick before we read these super chats because I need folks to always remember, at least in this audience, because they be throttling our pages. Don't nobody really be seeing our work no more. Well, here, all right. So here's what you just shared with us. Trump says he will most likely give TikTok a 90-day extension to avoid a ban. But just remember, folks, this all started back on August 6, 2020, when he signed an executive order to ban the use of TikTok in the U.S. I just want people to remember that when y'all start celebrating Donald Trump saving TikTok. The very first move against TikTok was done by Donald Trump in his first term.
So go ahead and keep this on the screen for people to screenshot it if y'all want to post it in juxtaposition on your own sites or whatever to let people know that this wasn't always where his mind was and this was a plan and this was a part of the plan. This is where it started. So wherever TikTok goes, we know tomorrow is going to be some kind of day because his inauguration's on the 20th. So we know he's going to try to make it a really big thing. I did this, and now it's my inauguration. And now, we're going to get all of that. And TikTok is a very big, big channel. People, black and white, in the middle, are going to be thanking Donald Trump for this. Yep, because if they could thank him for as much as a $400, $600, $1,200 check, whichever you got if you had kids, I know they'll be thanking him for the future of TikTok. Anywho, we're at the end of the show, guys. We're going to read some super chats, but I just wanted to tell you, I was so happy to be back. I'm so glad to be with y'all today. The vibes were good on this Saturday, and can't wait to see how we take on this year. This year is going to be a really good one. New theme song, probably. New energy, new hair. Who this? And hopefully more stability in this space for everybody. I pray that for us, that God gives us the same stability I've seen extended to white folks doing less. So more stability for us financially, mentally, where we can have the moment to do what we need to do. I pray that over each and every one of us for 2025 in this space. Okay.
Amen.
Super chats.
You ready? All right. First, C339409. I'm a disabled POC and scared for Monday. Person of color, yes. Ooh, Monday is a lot. I'm not going to be watching. I'm just waiting to hear the news of something exploding and, you know.
Are you guys going to be doing something different for Monday?
Who, us? Me?
Yeah.
For me, it's a regular day in the office. I'll be at work even though it's MLK Day.
On Martin Luther King Day, though.
How dare?
I mean, it has to be. You going to a march, Ben?
A Martin Luther King parade.
Oh, okay. Oh, a barbecue. Go ahead.
A parade, but a barbecue too. Yeah.
Go ahead.
Tiger said, "Isn't America literally a part of the Caucasus Mountains, as in Caucasian, aka white people? Correct me if I'm wrong."
Armenia.
Right. Exactly. Rachel Atwood asked Terrell Starr about racism in the Caucasus. Not Los 2 says tricep extensions are bust. Amen to that. So Life, thank you for the super chat. The super chat works again, and I think that was for your page, Rebecca. Yay.
Yeah.
Alicia McCullum says, love your energy in your channel, Rebecca.
Alicia, love your face. Thank you so much.
Okay.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Are popping.
I love it. Jose Kelly says, we forget these people are captured by lobbyists and financial institutions.
Yep.
Amen to that.
Every one of them.
Right. The One Leaves presents bars. Nelly owes Chuck Brown for most of Hot in Here. Snoop is buck dancing. Can't believe that.
Yeah.
Chuck. Right. Chuck. I'm into music. Oh, awesome.
Chuck.
Thank you, Rebecca. Another one for the One Level presents. I'm foundational Black American. And I'm criticizing Snoop Dogg, just like criticize Chrisette Michelle. You don't put all of we got you don't all of us. Carrie Shaw, thank you, Carrie. Happy New Year to you as well. Too. We appreciate you. So much. Calling Chuck again. Too many pundits, not enough artists. Django Fett sent the $3 super sticker. We thank you, Django. Call Chuck again. I'm a flounding flounder.
I'm a flounding flounder.
Calvin Chuck, thank you again. I'm a pizza magnet. Okay. Calvin Chuck again.
That's okay.
Okay. Yeah.
Drop a dime, baby.
Drop a dime. The prohibition against analyzing history in context. Read Gaza is total. Dang it, I can't get it. Totalitarian. Thank you.
Here we go.
Calvin Chuck again. The prohibition against mentoring climate change as a cause of the LA fire hurricanes is totalitarian. All of those skyscrapers will ultimately become tombstones. Ooh, that's deep. Omega Star, 2 more days until we see how broken the country can get. I'm dreading it so much. That part.
No, I'm cracking up right now because not us reading the last super chat and be like, that's crazy.
Okay. Right.
Something else. Y'all are black people are in the lane. Rebecca, I'm sorry, but y'all could be not understanding or y'all get it and don't want to make a comment or whatever. And all we guys,
that's crazy.
But next case.
Right. You all make my Saturdays at work go by faster. Much love all around. Thank you again, Omega Star. Rachel Atwood says a white Californian should say dude to Miss Macy.
I haven't seen Rachel in a minute. What you said? A white Californian just said dude to Miss Macy. Right.
Dude. I'm not a dude. We can take us outside. Years of lurking says scam meme coin were the so-called populist right.
Yeah,
now,
I'm gonna drop a video on that.
Meme coin? Okay.
I saw that. Yeah. Meme coin.
No, what was it? Give me
Donald Trump has come out with his own meme coin. 80% of it is held in one wallet. That means that his followers are about to get conned beyond. I mean, they're going to lose billions on this. No, let me say like this. Trump is going to make billions on this. His followers are going to lose hundreds of millions on this. It's crazy.
Wow.
I need to look that up, but go ahead.
Yeah, for real. Nicholas Rodriguez says, Ben, where is my $20 gift card from Mayor Mondale?
Oh, that was you who said that the other night. All right, I'm going to forward that to Mayor Mondale.
I actually was supposed to tell you, Ben, because that actually was sent to me through Mike. Shout out to Mike. Mike reached out to me, and I think because they was talking about the ash on Mondale's feet.
Yes.
And they got to leftist mafia, Ben, and they sent it again to send it to you. But they say you don't block.
They said I blocked somebody.
You blocked them from being able to send it.
I blocked who? I don't get it.
Let me go to it. Go ahead, Ben.
Okay.
Nacha Cat says, "Good to see YouTube fix your channel. Thanks. Thank you for your work."
Nice.
What currency is
Currency,
that?
I was saying, what's the conversion rate on that?
Let me see.
It was 100 or whatever it was.
Oh, not no. This is one of my like. These people are look. These supporters are amazing.
There you go.
On my little channel, they definitely
got
support
your back.
with whatever $1, $2, whatever, and I really
That's
appreciate it. Shout out to Carrie once again as well.
Yeah.
I want to. I also got some cash apps I wanted to read, but passing this along for Rebecca. It's Nicholas. He says, Rebecca, Mondale said he would send me a $20 gift card for a joke I had on clickbait. The only problem is Ben has me banned. Mondale was showing his feet, and I said they ashier than Pacific Palisades. They all laughed and clapped. Unban and gift card me, please.
He said they ashier than Pacific Palisades. That's like California, y'all.
It's terrible.
Oh Lord, I did. Ooh.
I'm not even gonna.
It
ain't right.
Wow. That's it. I have no idea why you're banned on my. I have no idea why you're banned on my channel. I didn't ban you. Maybe what moderator did. If the moderator did, they probably had a good reason. But I'll make sure, Mondale, we know who it is now. So it's Rodriguez. What's his face? Okay, we got you.
Yeah. Well. Okay. So let me go ahead and read.
My mouth is just.
Well. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm out of there, bro.
Look, I ain't shocked. I've seen a lot of things on the internet that have been jokes about what's been happening in the world, and it was crazy. But anywho, I just want to say thank you so much.
Maybe he got banned because of the joke anyway. It's God dog, fam.
That was.
Well, that was sent to us during Leftist Mafia, sent to Mike to send to me. Okay, I was just passing the message.
You're gonna end up spending more than $20 to get the $20 gift card, but okay.
He's not playing. But Charlie McKenzie, shout out to you. I really appreciate it. Carrie Shaw, I love you so much. Mean it. Yes. Bailey, May, thank you. All love back to you. JJ Jordan, I appreciate you. Dwynette Scott, I appreciate you. I appreciate you. Happy New Year. I don't know if it went through. I'm trying this new thing. When we go streaming, guys, it has a goal where it sets a goal and you can make a goal or whatever. And I think I did like 5 super chats goal, 10 super chat goal, 10. If I get 10, I would, and that includes, I guess, the cash app. So if I get 10, I would go live next week and we can do like a Q&A real quick, maybe a 15-minute Q&A. We talk or however the case may be. We can do that. Denise, you came in. I appreciate it. Now, listen, next week, I want to try something new. Please, guys, I'm going to be trying new things on the channel. Bear with me. It might be with tape and glue. It might be until we can get it right. I just got me a teleprompter. I'm trying to put it together.
Look here.
Save coins to get it. Finally got it. I've been trying to get this teleprompter for like maybe a year. Coins.
Send me the link because I got to get me one, Rebecca.
Oh, but I'm gonna send it to you. I'm gonna send it to you.
And while you send it to him, can I just say? I just want to say to not Shiket. Whatever you send, you don't ever have to.
Yeah, don't. Right. Mm-hmm.
Ever. Thank you.
No, I said whatever it is. You guys really. I don't care if it's $1, 5 cents,
Amen.
a share, a like. Listen, Nashiket, Nakiket. I don't know if I'm saying it right or wrong. Get me right. But thank you. I've seen you from the day I started using this channel. You've been here, and I appreciate it. I don't care if it's Indian rupees. I don't care if it's a penny. I don't care. You guys are supporting this channel. You guys are supporting our work.
Anyway,
I'm going to make my weekly interruption and just say thank you to Carrie because she just sent me something. I'm going to come on next week, show my face because I feel like Rebecca especially hasn't seen me. I see everybody else, but nobody has seen me in like
in a long time, in a year, right, David?
But I'm gonna come on next week and I'll give a little update. I'm doing better. The brace is finally off, so
yay!
I'm starting to feel back on my feet a bit.
And we think we look and we thank
Still
God
out of work,
for it.
And
we thank God for it. We missed you. I can't wait to see you moving your neck.
Right.
I love you, Peter. But I appreciate everybody because we're trying to do this thing for everybody to be free and do their thing. So keeping this show alive and supporting our producer is supporting us as well. Because if you support him with his neck in the brace and him being at home and be able to support us, it keeps this thing running for one Saturday morning with Like It or Not. Benjamin, Rebecca, and Bubba. Hey. Anybody have any last words before we get out of here?
I'll say Granny Drawers 87. No, it's a Granny Drawers.
Oh, I keep forgetting. I'm gonna say, why did this man just say Granny Drawers out the blue? That's your cash app.
Yeah, that's the one that works. Granny Drawers. That's my mama, but she'll give it to me. Okay,
right.
Now, love y'all mean it, and thank you, Carrie, as well too. Carrie, love you mean it. Yeah, for real.
We gotta get something right, Bubba. We're gonna have to update the whatever it needs to be updated. For.
Yes, the slide.
Something. We'll get you right. But I love you guys. Mwah. Ben, any last words?
See y'all next time.
Next time.
Love y'all mean it.
Deuces.
Work that we're doing here is not going to stop when it comes to these type of discussions. It's going to be for us and by us here on this platform when the media is telling us to look the other way. Your support is what helps us move forward. Join patreon.com/like it or not. Help us grow.
Like it or not, y'all. Y'all know what time it is. It's time for Like It or Not. With Rebecca Azor. Let's start this damn show. Yes, it's time for Like It or Not. With Rebecca Azor. Let's start this damn show. Like It or Not. Rebecca Azor is in the house. You know she got a funny story to tell. Talking politics, culture.